Hello everybody, this is Snowbluff, and today I wanted to talk about Mirage. She recently got a bit of a rework lately. Made it so she can make a little ball when she casts Sleight of Hand, so you're not so dependent on objects being lying around, so you can have an effect from that ability. So I wanted to say, I feel like there's a little bit more that could have been done about how her abilities behave. I'm gonna just go down the list real quick and just talk about them a little bit. Alright, so first you have Hall Mirrors, which is probably her most famous ability. It's the most easily visible one in her kit. And what it does is you have 4 clones, and the nearest 2 will fire. Now, something important about this ability is you cast it, and it orientates your clones, and then they're in that fixed position no matter how you move. And you also can't recast it, which one is just an aggravating little ability quirk. What I would like to see is if you could recast it, and that's it. It would recast, and you would be able to reorientate your clones to better fit your environment and wherever engagement. You can have them spread out intentionally like this, or you can orientate it so you're facing directly at that enemy and do some focus fire and get that extra 20 or so % damage from a single clone onto a single target. That's really it. I like this ability. It's one of my favorites. I like the little bow she does. It's great. Second is her Sleight of Hand ability. Sleight of Hand is not a very good one, but I'll see if I can demonstrate it on some dudes. What it does is it booby traps objects. It affects many objects in the game, like consoles. But I think the biggest beef everyone has. Well, first of all, it's fantastic. I really like how it performs as just a single line. It doesn't seem to alert enemies either, which I didn't know. It takes more energy than her other abilities, but that's totally fine. Her abilities don't take a lot of energy to start with. But if you cast it while there are objects on the ground, it'll turn them into bombs. See, that's a bomb now. People don't like that because it eats up your objects in the ground. I would say there's an easy fix to this. You can make it work on dead bodies instead. I mean, this is the too spicy for Cthulhu, even creeped out Ballas Mirage here. I think she could easily just make a body float like a puppet, so it would be an enticing piece of bait to detonate a bomb with. Also, it would mean you're not destroying your pickups. See, it's destroyed now. That's awful. And then that could also have some other potential uses. It could mean if you do it on a dead body. I think this is a little weird, but I guess you can make it so it doesn't alert people. I mean, as you saw earlier, the detonations don't already don't alert people, but if your Grineer sees a dead body, he'll sometimes run and grab an alarm. You can use Sleight of Hand to prevent that from happening, giving her a little bit of extra utility. That might be making it too strong, but like I said, it's already a rather unpopular ability because of how it works. The code for Desecrate, they probably still have it at DE. You can just literally use the DE code for Desecrate. The old version, where you cast it and bodies in the area have a chance to spawn something, you can just make it so instead of spawning a health orb, they spawn a bomb. It would probably take a little bit more work than that, but if you want to make it so it looks like the target that you are puppeting around. But I think that's really just a great improvement to keep it from being way less functional. Because right now it costs more energy than her other abilities do at 50. Yeah, which is more than both Eclipse and Hall of Mirrors. And the base energy for a 4th ability is 50 as well. So this would make it way better. I do like the little orb though. 3rd ability is Eclipse. Eclipse changes her her damage or when she's in light, or when you're in darkness, which okay, this is what I'm talking about right here. I gotta find some darkness. If she's in darkness, it gives her defense buff. But as you can see, some maps don't really allow for that. Now, what I was considering is giving her a way to change how light levels affect her abilities. I maybe even say roll it into sleight of hand somehow. So like if you manually detonate the orb, it will change the light, or if when you manually detonate her fourth ability of Prism, it will also change what the light levels are. So it reverses them. So if you need to be defensive, you can just drop an orb from sleight of hand and then detonate it manually to give yourself a defense buff. Or in some maps are too dark to ever use her Eclipse buff. I think the Orc and Derelict defense, I couldn't find any light that I could use in there. So this will let her be less random based on how her environment is, making her less dependent on what kind of maps you can run in. Just generally, it's a small quality of light change. Her fourth ability is Prism. Now, it's got a long cast time. It's actually probably my favorite ability in the game, other than Hall of Mirrors. Look at that. You can manually detonate it, and it blinds people, and it does some damage. That's a good ability. I just think that maybe the cast time can go down, because really, without natural talent, it's kind of hard to use. And Mirage, even with the armor buff, she still feels kind of squishy. Partially because of how her Eclipse ability works, partially because her clones don't block damage, they just redirect it. Sometimes a clone will get hit by something and you'll take damage anyway. Like if a Scorch were to hit that clone, I would still take damage. So she's, and not having, her best way of controlling things is killing them really fast. Because it takes a bit of time to cast. In a team environment, it's a fantastic ability. I just think the cast time can be dropped a little bit. But other than that, I think that's everything. Tell me what you think in the forum thread I'm putting this in, or in the comments. Probably in the forum thread. I want more people to see this. Tell me what they think. I just think it's a few easy changes that can be made. And I like this Warframe, and I want to see more people use it. Especially because she is Mirage. She's one of the most characteristic Warframes in the game. She has character to her. All of her abilities are weird. As pointed out earlier, she creeped out Valis and she helped the Sentients. She has her own little quest and everything. It's fantastic. So thank you, and I'll see you in the thread.